Yes. That's the general choir master of the Kingdom Choir. And we have Rauche there. Please, sir, can you let them see you? Because I know you are just seeing some faces here too for the first time. Yes. God bless you. Amen. Yes. So that's our assistant general choir master. Yes. Do you know the secretary? You don't know the secretary. Well, if you come. Yes. Of course, it's not a person that is difficult to know.
Mine is understandable.
Oh my God. Are we there now? I must tell Jesus.
Yes, sir.
Now, nobody is teaching you anything. What type of time signature do we have there? Huh? Look at it very well. What time signature do you have there? Good. 9/8. So how do you analyze that? Okay, fine. That is if you like. But did I tell you anything about the down value of every time signature? Though I said I will predicate more on the upper value. The upper value stands for what?
Number of beats
in a bar. Good. Then the down value stands for what? I said it. You hear it in the video. But let me just say the value of the notes used. You'll get it in an analysis, okay? In the main something in the video. All right. So now, when you see 9/8, don't say 3/4. No. 3/4 is just the simple time signature for it. That is the faster one, okay? But 9/8 is the compound time of 3/4. So 9/8 is 9/8, 3/4 is 3/4. Different. All right. So now let's go. Are we there?
Yes.
Do. I'm just giving the key. Let me hear you because I want to use this song to explain up and down beats to those that didn't partake the other time, so we can move on to today's song. If you don't understand this one, there's no way you can understand what we have next. I want to use this song to explain that. Like what we did, no parts, forget the parts, just sing treble, everybody sing unison. Everybody. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Sing. Do, re, mi, sol, sol, do, re, mi, re, do, re, mi, sol. Be conscious of your timing. Do, re, mi, re, do, re, mi, sol, sol, do, re, mi, re, do, 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 sol. Thank you. Hold on. Now, you see, today is not for voice training. I don't care anybody's voice sound now. So today is not also for any other thing. It's for our courses, beats, and all that. Now, did you observe the downbeats? Yes. Downbeats are common, very common here in this song. Okay, can you explain it to others that didn't partake? Who can explain? Who can explain? Yes, be very fast to save time. Who can explain with what you learned the other day and this song? Because I want to be sure that I didn't speak to Roberts the other day. Even Roberts these days have intelligence. Yes. Now everybody look at 1, 2, 3. Just this a count. The other day we spoke about metronome, okay? Metronome. Now even this is the metronome, okay? Now look at my hand. Anytime you hear the sound of the clap, that's downbeats. You understand? When you hear my clap, that is what?
Downbeat.
Simple as that. Even it's like this, you are using to give yourself the timing. Anytime your leg goes down and you hear that sound, that's downbeat. If it's like this, anytime your finger smits, it is what?
Downbeat.
Downbeat. As simple as that. So now you have to look forward for the notes that fall when the beat is what? Down. That's what we mean by down chords in principle and practical. So now let's do it again now. So I'll take it again alone. First line. Do, re, mi, so. So now, how many notes did I mention?
4.
And those 4 were exactly what?
Down.
Yes. Do, re, mi, so, so. See? Down beat, down beat. Now, but what happens to the notes, if perhaps any, that falls when my hand goes up? Then those notes will be what? Upbeats. And that is where we have half beats. That is the category half beat falls in. 3/4 falls in there. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because 3/4 is not complete. But downbeat is 1 beat. So it's complete. 1. You understand? So, like when I want to start now, I give myself the count first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Do, re, mi, so, so. Do, re. So even when you are sustaining, anytime the count drops on your sustain, so those 2 beats there that you have to sustain for in your build are also what? They're also down beats. Just like when you nod your head along the line with song, you nod your head. You observe that most of the time your head is corresponding with the down beat. Okay, fine. We've seen drums, and most of us have drums in our center, drum sets. How many of us have drum sets in our center? You have, pardon? Yes, you do. Good. Now you see, okay, now look at this. The big one on the floor, directly on the floor, is called bass drum. And it is actually played with a pedal. Amen? Yes, with a pedal like this. You know, we call it kick. Or kick. Call it kick. Usually. Okay? So, when a song is on, the pedal, the bass drum work sometimes tell you the downbeat. For example, when choruses are on and they are doing like this, maybe someone that wonderful name, Jesus. I'm talking about our normal church pattern praises, and drum set is on, and the drum is just playing like this. That wonderful name, just kind. Jesus. You see, this one is giving you the downbeat continuously. Do you understand? Yes, sir. So I'm just trying to make it diversify what we're talking about here and downbeat. Mommy, do you understand it now? So now for you to be able to sing a song, now I assume you don't know this song here now. I will give one of you this song now with what I've just said to sing only the first line. Because there's no half beat or upbeat in the first line. So it's just for you. Whether there's time signature at the top or not. I told us the other Saturday that whether you see time signature or not, follow the pauses. The pauses will guide you. The pauses will what? Will guide you. As simple as that. Okay? Yeah. Mommy, I want you to try this one here. This one I'm having here. Okay? So, but you must give yourself a conscious count. I'll give you this one, and that's it there. Okay, good to have it. Yes. Or I want to see him. Just sing from here to here. Hold on, keep quiet. Go on, man. Just try. That's why we are here.
Sol, la, sol.
Count it. Give yourself a count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1. Understand? Go on.
Sol, la, sol, la. So yes, sir.
Yes. So this is downbeat. When again, go on.
Sol, la, do.
Now you see, there's the same group of beats you have in between. You understand? You have saw, la, you have the same one beat. Sustain. For the other saw, the other one that follows is the same space. Who cares to try? Yes, sir.
Sol, la, sol, sol, do, la, do.
Good. You got it. Okay, but you know, I know it's not the use of direction, but yes. It's also sol, la, do. It's la, do. Correct it. Yes. Who want to try and finish up that first line? Someone that didn't come the other meeting. Or you start from where he started and you finish up the first line. Yes, ma'am.
Lord, we praise thee.
Finish it. Finish that first line. Load up the first line. Because I believe you just had somebody whispering at the time. So finish it. Let me know if you know what you are doing. Yes! Let's go. One, two, try, man. Yes, ma'am. You got it. Are we all following? Yeah. This is what we want to see in the choir. Not that everybody will just be looking. Only one person will be deep holding. The person will look for song. The person will teach. The person will still try and sing tenor, treble, alto again. Ah! And at the end of the day, the person is making mistake. You don't know. Nobody will correct you. No, it's true. You know, so, Brother Paul, the song I gave you last time, I was expecting you to sing it today completely. Can you do that? It's a bill here. Good brother. Good brother. Stand up. Let's see. You see, those of us that attended that day, you know that that song, nobody knew the song. He just about doing and evaluating. Was able to get the front line, and I told him, okay, you should go and master it. Nobody taught him the song before, and that is why we are here. So I will be so happy if he's able to sing everything A to Z. It's actually a song we know that in 4/4 counts, sometimes 2/4. But this time around it is in a different time signature entirely. And that is the front side of it that is able to crack it, hearing or seeing the B for the first time that day. So let's go and do it. We started from the top.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Even if you don't get the chorus, yeah, just stand there is okay. We are not doing voice training now. Just sing, just.
Sol, la, sol, sol, la, sol, sol, la, ti, do, re, ti. La, ti, la, fa, la, ti, la.
Yes.
La, ti, do, ti, la, sol. Sol, la, sol, sol, la, sol. Sol, la, ti, do, sol, la. La, ti, do, re, mi, do, ti, la, sol, re, do.
Can you attend the lyrics, even if not perfectly? Because it will be more fun when they know this. They know the lyrics, but this one now is a different song to them because the time signature is changed. Or the lyrics, everybody will know what you are doing.
I was sinking, far from the peaceful shore.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4. You see? It's different from what we know before of love lifted me. Two rights no more. Okay, yeah. Now, can we sing it the other way, not this way? You know the normal way we sing that song. Can we do it with other time signature? Right? Yes.
The master of the sea, and my despairing cry, from the waters lifted me, now say, Lord, lifted me, Lord, lifted me, when nothing
Just continue. Stay on the beat.
Lord, lifted me.
You can see the difference between what you just sang and this. So sometimes you, like, so this song book I have here, it will tell you, according to, I don't know, in fact, who gave them the wisdom to do songs like this. Look at, you see, general. Now, this general in another way, the same song in another way, this general again. This one on G, this one on E flat, this one on F, this one on G again. Yes, similar lyrics, similar everything. This is another one again, general. This another general on key G, on key E, general again, E flat, general again. This one is, just like that. If you come across songs like this, the same song, but different, but as in different ways. Someone might be tempted to say, why now? This one is not, this one is, that's error. Oh, yes, or you, exactly. But this, what you just did now should teach us that sometimes some hymns are like that. One song in different way. Like there's a song here titled White Sunday. Now remember our white. Yes! 2 songs here titled White Sunday.
You have to learn that song.
Sometimes you meet things like that. I believe we all now understand upbeats, downbeats. Are we on the same page there? Are we on the same page? You know what I mean? Are we understanding together? Okay. Now, let's, the other day we touched half beat as upbeat, but today, to save time, we are going to treat mode 2 still on passive and module 3, still on pauses, but anacrusis. Now, this is an aspect that I know many of us have been waiting for. Okay. When we're done with this, we'll go to anacrusis for module 3. Yes. Okay, so let's put this down. Let's try this down. Alright. Let's try this down. Who can tell us what we mean by pulses? Because this word, first, or pulses, is something we all should be used to by now. And in fact, we always need this word all the time. Who can tell us with what we learned the other day? As a fresher to others, who can tell us what do we mean by pulses? You see, one thing about music or any walk of life, don't just take what you are taught as mere theories. Let them remain inside you. Then that way you can master over them, over what you are taught. Yes, you can gain mastery over what you are taught. Who can tell us what we mean by pulses? Very, very important. Check your notes if you don't know it by heart. But I thought we should know these things by heart. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, our mommy said punctuation. Is she correct?
Yes, sir.
Oh, you said yes. How come you didn't say it? Yes, what other thing about it? What kind of punctuation? Pardon? Okay. As punctuations. Yes, okay. So we use them as beats all the same. But I want somebody to tell us something. So pauses or punctuations are used to what? In representing what? Beats. In Solfa notation. Okay. Okay. Whichever way. Yes, ma'am.
Pauses are used to analyze and interpret the upper figure in the time signature.
Okay, yes, it's used to interpret and analyze the upper figure in the time signature, such as the song we just had now. I must tell Jesus. What is there is 9/8. Okay, 9/8. So all the punctuations, all the pauses used to tell us this is one beat, half beat, down beat, all beat, they are all together explaining what the upper figure is. And what you did when I said you should count or snap or clap, it's all together analyzing or breaking down the upper figure of the time signature. The time signature is what you can see there at the top, the left top of I Must Tell Jesus, 9/8. Sometimes you don't see it on most bills, but it's just there invisible. If you can properly follow the process, it will reveal itself to you in as much as your mind is on it. Very, very important. Okay? Yes. So please, let's try and study our notes. So when we come to this class, we are going to the next stage. And try and get to see the DVD of last class. Because, like I said, I've put more things there that will help us. Even these pauses, time signature, I spoke more, not that I spoke, I typed to break it down more, very, very, bring it down. So now, today we have module 2, pauses again, but this time around, we'll be considering 1.5 and 2.5. You know, sometimes it could even be 3.5, it could be 4.5, anything of that nature. But understanding 1.5 will even help you to understand anything else that comes in that direction. Because this has a direct link to module 3 that we are going to consider as anacrusis. beats. So please try and understand this today, I beg you, because it always brings confusion too. Not only 3/4 that bring confusion. 2 1/2 or 1 1/2, because there is an half attached, it always brings issues. And that is why we have to pay clear attention. But knowing fully well now that most of us understand or we can tell what downbeat is, it will help us. Now the first thing is this. Hope you are capturing the board very well. Good. Now the first thing is this. 1 1/2 beats is made up of what and what? Now you see, when we treated downbeat the other day, it was just here alone. Do you get? Today, we are treating another group of pulses that is made up of what? Down and up beats together. Do you understand what we are doing today? Today's honor is not only down beats, but treating down and up. So you should figure it out that if you don't understand down beats, there's no way you can understand when both of them are together on a note. You get? Please, you see, that is exactly what I do by God's grace. Anything I can do them because they are here. I can keep giving us definitions because they are here. Any day, anytime. So if you want to be good with what you do musically or anything at all on any course, after class study, put them here and sleep and wake up with them, and you won't have problem. You know, even if your reading rate is slow, but you can be doing it gradually. Now, 1 1/2. Let's look at a song in our hand. Okay, so now here, remember we have. Look at here. This place we are on the line. We have 1 1/2 beats. Can we? Are you still writing? Okay. 1 2 3. 1 2 3. Sing.
Do, mi, fa, sol, mi. Do, mi, re, sol, do.
Now hold on. Now drop your nose. I want you to count it yourself consciously, so you know the feel of 1 1/2 beats. Now you understand downbeats very well. You should know how 1 1/2 or 2 1/2 feels when you are counting, so you don't mix it up. Remember, I told you that your metronome, your count must come first before you start any song. You must be so conscious of your beats. It could be 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3, 1 2 3 4 5 6, 1 2 3 4 5 7 8 9. Depends on whatever thing you have on the song or as you wish to start. Okay? But if it's a song you don't know, the time signature is not there, you just give yourself a normal regular 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4. And the song there is 3 4. The song in hand is 3 4. Listen up. Now, like I told you, the pulses will guide you. And even it's not there as 3 4. Now, but you just have to follow the pulses, but you must give yourself a count first. Listen, 1 2 3 4, 1 2. You see, I'm going to switch now from 4 4 to 3 4. You see how I'm going to do it? Because it's just so simple. It's your mind. If you cannot switch, it's your mind. 1 2. Is this song I want to sing? 1 2 3 4. Do re mi do mi fa sol mi. If your eyes are cast on the pulses, you know the one that goes up, the one that comes down. The moment you start with that rule of down and up beats, the song will change. Because the composer is not a fool. Even if he didn't put the time signature there, he knows what he did. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. So it takes practice anyway. It takes practice. So let's go now. I want us to, I said drop what is in your hand and let's count. So you have a feel. I just did that illustration for us to get something. Okay, 1 2 3. 1 2 3. Sing.
Do, re, mi, do, mi, fa, sol, mi.
Hold on. Now you see, when you got here, this was down, and you had to drop another extra one, but you went up here. Did you observe that?
Yes, please.
Okay, please have these illustrations in mind, because when we get to anacrusis, it will help you to understand anacrusis easily. Okay? Oh, listen up. Do, re, mi, mi, mi. There's a few there. Do, re, mi, mi. Mi, mi. Mi, mi. This is where I am now. I want to keep repeating this so until you get it right. Mi, mi. Mi, mi. What can you explain about this now? Huh? Yes. Now you see that you have, apart from this that you started with me. You see, when you are about going here was when your hand went up. But already you have observed this. Do we understand that? Yes. Let's do it. You see, head knowledge is different from, but when you are trying to cram, it's different from when you understand something. I want to understand this thing. That is why I'm going this way. Why are you smiling? Is there anything confusing?
Yes.
Yes.
Please, I don't know how to count to determine even if the time something is not written.
Time signature.
Yes, I want to know. I've not really understood how to just count my this thing. I want to know how to calculate from that very bit. Yes, I want.
Which one? From always from.
Yes, I want to know.
Well, you can tell now which bit is down and up.
Yes, I can.
Good. So you pretend and give yourself a count. Just make sure it is steady. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Understand? Go. Charlie, like I told you, when a note starts like this, it's downbeat.
Yes.
If there's nothing there,
Yes.
so make sure that first note, yes.
Okay.
Do re, do re, do re, do re. So that re has half beats by it. Like I told you, the typing can confuse you, and put it here in the middle. You should know that it's supposed to be here. It's supposed to be close to the note, because music is going from left to right. You need to understand that. What did I say?
Music is going from
It's going from left to right. The same way on the keyboard too. If you see keyboard now, here is bass. Going towards your right, the sound will be going higher. So even in the choir, we arrange like this. Treble in front, alto, tenor, bass. Do you understand? But the truth is that it's supposed to be bass in front. Do you understand?
Yes.
Because that is our keyboard, that is our guitar, is everything. Music is going from down to up, like this, down up, left to right. That is why if you are conversant with contemporary songs, you see all these, American songs. If you have the ear to score their parts, most times it is the brothers that sing the treble. They give tenor treble to sing. Then they will now give soprano high tenor. They are used to score it. That is the way Americans arrange songs now. They will give the brothers the treble. They will use masculine voice to sing it. Then sisters, the soprano ladies, will take high tenor. They will be the one taking the tenor, high one, with that soprano tessitura. That is why it's difficult for you, except you take your time to study contemporary song. That's why it's difficult for any chorister to just come and slot a CD now and listen to their part and write what they are singing. It's difficult. You have to be trained, or you take your time to learn their system. Though there are some songs too, they still follow the normal way. Give treble normal part, treble is treble, but most of the time it's the brothers that sing it. It's because of this thing I said now. That's the reason I went there. So it goes from left. So likewise, pauses like this. Any pause in front usually is being attached to the notes that follows. You see, this one is on its own per se. Then this one is for this one. So the moment you say me, that means on upbeat automatically. It's going like that. So if you want to type hymns very well, this is the pattern the notes that belong to a particular note must be close. Sorry, the beats that belong, the punctuation that belongs to a particular note must be close to it. But if you see on your bills, all the Y's, it's not so. You should know in your mind that it's just a typographical error. Okay, so do we understand this now? So, me, 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 me. Do, re, mi, mi. Do, re, mi, do. Do, re, mi, do. You know, at first, when you are learning these things, you'll be conscious. You have to observe it closely. When it accustoms you and you want to take it fast, no problem. You just be getting it like that. Do, re, mi, do, re, mi, do, re, mi. Now, you see, the feel I want you to observe is this. When you are treating 1.5 or 2.5, at the points where you drop for the downbeat and you are about going there, it will still look as if this half beat still belongs to this. That's the feel I want you to get. So listen. Do, re, mi. Do, re, mi, do. Do, re, mi. Do, re, mi. Yes, it will like look like that thing is still there, but within, yes, before you know, it's going up. That's the feel. That was what I mean by having a feel of 1.5. You get? It could be something else. So. You understand? So we are going to sing what is here now. 1.5, all through until you get used to it. Until you get used to it. Who can guess it? Or who can try? Who can just try? You know why I did this? Because this will help me to know if you are understanding this 1.5 thing. Because this song now, the tune is kind of in your head, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's a feel. You see, it has to be natural. You need to understand this thing. It's what we have here. I just picked only here and here and replicate it. And sometimes it can just be anything. But what matters is for you to understand the rule. Go on. So. Yes. Stand up, please. Let them see the way your hand is moving. Because it will help to have that visual feel. Don't look at me, just look at them. Just hope the surface in your head. Yes. Good. Go on. So. Very simple, but it's not simple. Drummers will take 3, 1, 2, 3, sing. Do, re, mi, do. 1. Mi, fa, so, mi. Do, mi, re, so, do. Continue. Do, re, mi, do. Mi, fa, so. you. Then.
I was just glancing through the chorus, the
Okay.
first line. Because like you rightly said, most of these are hymns, a lot of mistakes.
Yes.
Before now, ignorantly has been made. Before now, like that, the chorus support. So la 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 ti la so. But before now, in this place we have that la la la.
Yes.
Ignorantly, most of us. So la 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 ti la so mi so la la.
Okay.
Are you getting
Before,
it?
yeah.
Yes.
Okay, yes.
But
yes.
normally it should be so la la la.
La, ti, yes. Based on what we are learning now, that is how it ought to be. Yes. Let's attempt to throw out the line. Are we following, please? So. Okay, 1, 2, sing. With what you have learned now, attack that 1.5 beats for me to know if you understood what we just did. Okay, fine. Let me give you just less than 60 seconds. Crack only the first line. Those of us that don't know it, crack the first line, and I will call you. You see what you sing it.
Sometimes you can move here, face here direct. Sometimes, or you bring it close front of this pillar, so you get direct, you get me direct also. He's going to be, he's the star player for the stuff, so I'm focusing more on him.
Yes, who is ready to give us the first line? Who is ready to give us the first line? Yes, sir. Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So mi re do re mi fa mi so la so.
Thank you. Hold on. You got the 1.5 beat. That is what I want. Yeah, you got it. Yes. Who want to try? Yes, ma'am. See, the understanding is what matters.
So mi re do re mi fa mi.
Take it again, ma'am.
So mi re.
Follow your count. Follow your count.
So mi re do re mi fa mi.
Hold on, ma'am. Bradley, sing. Listen to Bradley. Bradley, let's go.
So mi re do re mi.
Take it again now. Follow that your count now. Go again.
So mi re.
Okay.
So mi re do re mi fa mi. So la.
Hold on. Leave the rest. Just that place again. Again, sir.
So mi re do re mi fa mi.
Yes, ma'am. I don't know if you heard him.
So mi re do re mi fa mi.
Who can try? Okay, ma'am. What? Yeah. Bradley, Abi. Bradley got it smoothly. Can you try? You. On the rose. Yes. You want to try too? You want to try, ma'am? Okay, fine. Let's hear everybody one by one. Let's go, ma'am. Okay, Bauchi. She got that very 1.5 beat. Good. Who else? Yes, ma'am. Don't worry. You see, you are just going to Solfa. It's one beat. You need sustain. But don't worry, we are not going to all that. Who else again? Yes, you try. Yes. Sister Rose, okay. Good. Downbeat rule. Good. Yes. Good. But Daniel, what can you say about it?
But that's how we've been singing it before. That's how we've been singing it before. So mi re do re mi fa mi so la so mi re do re.
Yes.
And that's how we sing.
Yeah, that was not how you sang it now. Before. I don't know, but I will change. Okay, it's now. Amen. Yeah, so we are flowing. It's very, very important because these things can be confusing sometimes. Are we all okay? Should we move on to the next module?
Yes.
Are we okay with this? Okay, now before we move to the next module, everybody open the bill. God is love. God is love. Please, I want to repeat again. For you to be sure that you are properly on timing, don't give yourself a guess count. Just like some of us stood up to sing now. I didn't hear any count. You didn't give any sign, no snap, nothing. You just had it in your head. So, me, no. Even if you are perceived to be getting it, it still doesn't make sense. Because along the line, other aspects you are not getting, you won't know. You will not know. God is love. Are we there? This will definitely give you the feel by force. Because this song is so much of 1.5. Yes. And half, in fact, upbeats. 1.5 and all that. So, who can try? Or everybody just with what you have learned, let's go. But I'll give you a key first. So, is it too high? No. Good. So, even if you knew the song before, follow the rule now and see if everything is correct. So, sing. Count, give yourself a count first. That's how you'll be truncating it. Except you give yourself a count. Consciously do this thing. Now you see, I want to tell those of us, it will help us. Don't say you are giving yourself a count and you are being influenced by the incomplete pauses. You know what I mean? Like what my lady did now. So, let your count be stable. Forget the skips. Just this is what we tell you. Whatever falls up or down, Forget whether you have half beat there.
Okay.
So you understand? Don't be doing like this. The metronome will not make sense again.
Just go your rest.
Just go. If it is 6, 8. Like this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. If it's 3, 4, fine. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's just be going like that. You see now? You understand? Yes. Let's return to what we're doing. The 1.5 feel, 1.5 feel. So, who can tell us what we have there? If you look at it, between the so and the do.
Yes.
Yeah, forget that full stop or something in front of that so there. Okay? And when you move again to where you have love is. You know, you have God is, then you have love is. You see another 1.5 between the do and me. You understand? Now see, now when you do like this, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So do re mi so do ti re la ti la so. Can you understand me? Yes. So do re mi so do ti. This is the song. You see, getting it this way is our problem. This is the song. So remember that song now is downbeat. There's no beat in front of it.
Yes.
So.
The do after the saw is also down. Yes. It's also a downbeat.
But there's a
Which one?
the dot.
Yeah.
One beat and half.
No, it's the typo. That's the issue.
That's the problem.
That space there is not needed.
It's not needed.
Yes, it's supposed to be together,
Yeah.
but they cannot put it together. You know why? Because it will be another thing entirely. Putting something like this is not common. It's not done like this. And yes, you see something like this.
Yeah.
You already understand what happens there. So that was why they I believe they spaced it out. But it's still the same 1.5 for that do.
Okay.
It's still the same 1.5 for that do. Because it's going, yes. The idea is just that you are to rest, kind of. You are not to sustain. I'm repeating that first line for us to get what I'm doing here. You can count with your hand and follow what I'm doing. Then you will observe why the song is 1.5 in between. 1.5, 1.5, 1.5, 1.5. I want us to master the feel of 1.5. That is what I'm using up here. Listen. So do re mi so do ti re la ti la so. Again. So do re mi so do ti re la ti la so. Do mi do la so so do ti do la re so. Do we understand? You see now, because it is 1.5, the downbeat comes first. Before you approach the notes that goes from the off. Sit down. So, do re mi do re mi. My count goes before I do the do. Listen. So, do re mi do re mi do re mi, because it's 1.5.
Okay.
Do re mi.
You're not getting the first note.
Yes, as down. Yes. So do re mi do re mi do re mi so do ti re la ti la so. Do mi do la so do ti re la re so do re mi. You see, it has its own groove. But when This is but this is the song. Do re mi do, so do ti, re la ti la so, da 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 da. That is what is here. That is what is here.
Sir, please, can we do something? I want to ask.
Yes, the rule tells us so.
Yeah.
The
Since
rule
you are
tells us
registering
so.
this thing
Yes, sir.
separately now, with this beat,
Yes.
and comparing the first line to that line according to us,
Yes.
it's almost the same note.
It's the same.
Can we put the accent there? So,
Okay, we use Bible and correct
yeah,
it.
how people will have problem, then we don't.
That name, let's put command
Yeah,
there.
the accent, your down accent.
Let's use your Bible and put command
No,
there. Down
the
as
down
well.
note.
Yeah.
So
But
we
that's
can correct that.
not full stop. Just
just
put command there.
look at this.
Mm.
Because other people see other problem. It's even here. This one is even here. Sir, this one you carry.
This original
This
bill
one you carry.
is even yes. This one is original bill.
And carry it is the same. You know what I'm saying?
Are we ready now? So the idea, the simple thing about 1.5 beat is that expect the down beat to come first, then you slightly take off. That's the thing. We are going to do it again. Let's sing the front page. Let's try everything.
Okay.
Before we now go into our parts, if possible. Okay? Yes, for those of us that can sing our part. Though we don't mean to learn any song deeply in this program to save time. Okay, but now we are getting this song from another perspective. Because as far as Tonic Solfa is concerned, whatever thing we have been taught before and it doesn't follow this rule, you have to go back and review that song. That was why I said, either, we learned the thing from, the person was just teaching and nobody know left from right. You just learn the thing you follow. So that has always been the issue. Okay, so let's do it again. Who can remind us that count? Exactly. We know that all is all the tea. Let us Let's go now. No trouble singer, that's the issue. Yeah, now, no trouble singer. Wait then. Let's go again now. Let's go. I said the front page. 1, 2, 3, sing. For me, I prefer this flow, this rhythm. Makes sense. Yes. That's the two songs in your hand. So you use these two songs as reference points. Reference points, okay? Yeah. What is anacrusis? Everybody say incomplete bar.
Incomplete bar.
So write it, write it. A bar that is not complete, that is usually used to start a music composition. So, now the point is, why anacrusis and where is it? How can we find it in our songs? Like I told us at Amukoko the other day, that everything put down for us in this program are exactly what our songs, our bills entail. Everything. The things you find in our songs, the questions you might have in mind, are the things we are dealing with. Okay? Like when I mentioned Apojatura the other day, I told us that Apojatura is also in our song, but you don't see it as Apojatura. But when we get to that module, you will understand better. So there are many things in our songs which normally we just learn for learning's sake. Oh, I want to know that song. You just learn the song. If you can sing your part, you feel you know the song. What about knowing the song for real? As in like, for real, you know, with that confidence that you are sure 100% of what you are doing. That if there's anything you are not getting right, it must be because one part or the other of the song was not properly timed. And the whole choir was like misled because of that. Let it just be that. But not the one that song was properly timed and the person teaching does not understand one thing and all of that. No. So now, have you written that definition? Yes. Can we read it together? Yes. As simple as that. Now you might have seen some of our songs. They start with half beats. Okay, step over the line. Some of us going. Let's start with step over the line before we go to this Jesus. Because I know this Jesus. Many of us don't know. Or maybe some of us have it in our centers, but we don't sing it. So step over the line. Can you see the way it starts? Now this is where you are going to prove that you truly understood the what's it called, the 1.5 beat of the thing. It goes this way. Let me put this. Look at it. Starting a song with something that is not complete can be confusing, but we are going to unravel it now. We are going to unravel it. Yes. And there are some of us are still writing words on the wall. So now let's say we take for step over the line. It's 4/4. What is there is 4/4. 4 crochet beats in a bar, or 4 crochet beats in a major. I told us that Americans call it major and British call it bar. Okay? 4 crochet beats in a bar, 4 crochet beats in a major. Yes. All right. So we are going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, see. Just that. So. You see, so the fourth count, kind of, is what I'm picking from. So because the composer expects you to have counted 1, 2, 3, 4, then you pick. So the count must have started before you approach the song. Can we do it? I want to observe this thing I'm saying. 1, 2, 3. So. Yeah. So. You understand? So. Do you understand? Because Bawuche asked a question at Amukoko that what about songs that start with half beats or something like that? And that's what we are doing today. I don't know if Bawuche is following now. Yes. So let's look at this Jesus. let's go to "'Tis Jesus." Let's apply the same thing in the first line. Can we? You know, you see, "'Tis Jesus" has so much 1.5 beats. I'm going to use it to prove that we truly understood 1.5 beats also, apart from the anacrusis issue. Okay, so let's start now. Now remember, this one, of course, is not written there, but it's going to fall in 3/4 somehow. But it's going to fall slightly like God is love, but a little bit different. Because as you sing, when you see that the downbeat comes, then you sing. The downbeat comes, you sing. As a 1.5 beat comes, you sing. Just like God is love. That's where this one is also. Some of our songs are like that, but we don't sing them that way. We just sing 3/4, 3/4, 3/4. So let's do this now. Let's address anacrusis. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. The first line. 1, 2, 3. Are you ready to sing? I won't sing it. I want you to get it. 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, sing. I know why you are confused. You know why? Because it's not starting with downbeats. It's starting with upbeats. And some of you want to wait for the downbeat to drop before you attack. You see the issue now? So you have to be aware of anacrusis. Now you see, oh my God. It's here, it's here, it's here. This song, we have been singing it opposite. God have mercy. Where's the song? I'll bring it in my bag. This is an issue, Badan. You need to address this song. But not today. I just want to tell us the title. Now you see, A New Name in Glory has serious issue as opposed to how we have been singing it. Honestly. Serious issue. Not only about the anacrusis. There's an anacrusis there. I marked it anacrusis. But not only that, the first line is opposite to what we have been singing. Maybe typographical error, maybe otherwise. But if you follow the rule, you will discover that you are singing another song. If you really follow this rule in this song, you are singing another thing in halfway of the first line. So, but it has anacrusis, which I wanted us to solve. But because of this problem, I decided not to add it yet. So, but let's solve this one first. It is Jesus. Okay? Let's go. It is Jesus. Are we ready now? We understand how we do it. Remember, it's time with all beats, so don't wait for the downbeat. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, sing. Again. Not exactly we are getting the tune, but not. You see, one thing about beats. Beatings are just like something that puts you in position. When you enter a vehicle, this one will see, this one will say shift now, adjust. Everybody will sit right like this. That's what beatings do. They put us in the tune of the song. We are getting it, but not exactly. Why? Because the beat is not dropping well enough. So, but let's address anacrusis. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Go on. Yes. Again. Hold on. Again. Master that beginning. Again. You see that in reality, it is actually 1.5. If you are coming from the count. I don't know if you understand what you are doing. In reality, it's actually 1.5. If you are following your count, if you are really following what you are counting, but it does not, it's not necessary. Okay? That's why I said, either you see it like this, or it's just in form of half. One, two, three. Hey, hold on. Sapado. Hold on. Observe. Count. 1, 2, 3. Your mind should tell you that you are picking that song from that third count as 1.5 in actual sense. But the composer gave us half. But because you have to count while coming, so it should be 1.5 in your mind. Otherwise, you cannot use half beat to start a song. You should understand that. It does not make sense. I don't know if we are getting this thing. Because every bar must be complete. It must be complete. Okay? So when you see it like this, I've told us how to solve it, or you see it this way. But most of them are like this, including this one I got now, A New Name in Glory. It's also like this. Most of them. So you count, yes sir.
Someone trying to explain that something was trying to say that when it's done like this, that you will get, before you get to the end of the song,
Yes.
you will get what you complete that time.
Yes, that is on the music staff, where you see all the bars split clearly. But you know when they transcribe these things, they don't put bars as invisible lines all the time. But when you follow the process, you see that everything just comes in place. When you are able to define a particular count, or maybe there's a time signature, you follow it. But if you also have time and put patience down, and you calculate, you see that this half beat is reconciled in front. If you follow our process, and you can calculate yourself. I don't know if I'm completely here. You see that it is also reconciled based on what he said. It's true. It's reconciled. Okay? So, but the issue is, how do you start it? That is what we are saying now. That is what we are solving now. So you must count. That's why some songs, I don't know if you have seen some songs on music sheet where they'll put the metronome count. They'll tell you 50. The metronome for the pace, the tempo that the song should follow. There are some songs, they normally specify it. I have some books like that. They will tell you this song must not be faster than 100. That is the tempo on the keyboard or on the computer, whatever, metronome. They will tell you that this one is 80. You know, I don't know if you have seen something like this, BPM. I don't know if you have read and you have seen something like this. Everybody say beats per minute.
Beats per minute.
Beats per minute.
If we understood analysis, because that is where we are stopping now. Okay, everybody say beat per minute. Yes. When you see it on a song, especially songs from America, they always specify all these things. And they'll put tempo, telling you that it shouldn't be faster than 100 or faster than 120 or whatever, and they'll put something like this. So they are trying to tell you specifically. They don't want to use musical terms to tell you andante, allegretto. They don't want to use all those ones. They want to use a layman's understanding, so that you can just on your own just follow it. If you have keyboard, on your keyboard put the tempo on so something, and the choir sings. You know, Americans always know how to make things easy. Okay? So please, in 2 minutes, we are closing. Sosodomi, bami rere, sosotire, see my count. Mi re dodo, sosodomi, soso baba, bami mimi, do re do. Don't worry, we are coming. I just want you to get this. You see what I did now? Because you must find a way to follow, use this formula to follow what is here. Do you understand? Now, because you are saying 1.5 here, and you are just doing 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, it's not going to sing. You understand what I mean? It will not rhyme very well. It will give you another tune instead. So do me. You see why I said it has to be 1.5. 1. I'm counting 1.5 for me to attack. Do me. See. Do me. Do me. So the downbeat goes first before the up. Do me. Fa mi re re. Ti re. Mi re do do. Yes. Baba. Fa mi do re do. Do mi so. Mi re re mi fa. You see the form? Yes. Baba. Exactly. So if we understand this thing, our hymns will be reasonable. So when congregation hear this song, if you want to minister twins, even if they are supposed to be on the same this thing, it will be different if we are really following this thing. It's not today, it's next module. I decided to separate it from other upbeats. We're going to use one day to do it quarter because that one is another issue. Amen. Maybe that's the day we are going to treat this, the errors in this song, A New Name in Glory. That's the day because it has three quarters, so much of it too. So let's pass our bills.
In my course of visiting ministries, that most choir now they don't sing with all these our Solfa notations. They sing Solfa, but they sing on staff.
Yes.
They sing on staff. They don't need anybody transcribing any song for them.
Yes.
It's something they already go
They
to.
do it on
In fact,
their
if you don't know staff, you can't be a chorister in Deeper Life.
Yes.
Because there was a time one of our choristers then at Okoko Michael, something happened and he just became annoyed and went out, and he joined a branch of the Deeper Life ministry, and he joined the choir there. He came back to say, Staff, do you know that I found it difficult studying with these people? I say, why? With all that you've been taught. He said, these people, in fact, they sing a staff and the thing looks so strange. So what I'm trying to say is that this class will not be complete at the end of these 3 months if, I don't know how we'll do it, whether we will have to pay you or I don't know, God helping us. These studies will not be complete if at the end of this study we still depend on the old time religion, that the choir still don't understand what shapes are,
Yes.
how to transcribe for either round or shape notes,
Yes.
that the choir cannot transcribe. And if we have a song, you still need 1 or 2 choir master. Even most of our master, I'm sorry to say, cannot
still have issues
transcribe.
with transcription.
This will not be complete
Yes.
if we don't understand that. God bless you.
Amen. 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 Yes, let's give the Lord a clap of praise. Yes, you see, what she said, she's still in line, very much in line. You know, Mommy, the meeting that inspired, yes, this training, she came late, very late. And Amokoko Center, where we started this program, you also came late because I took time to introduce and explain some of these things you have just said now. You know, like the meeting that gave back to this program, we discussed these things. But the ESCOs, those PRO that were present, we all concluded that it would be best for our brethren to master on this level which they ought to have. First, I don't know if you get, many ESCOs were not in that meeting. So, but those that were there, Badele knows what I'm saying, Master knows what I'm saying, that if they cannot master Solfas, do you understand what I'm saying? This simple process of a thing.
And the American style will be just be like daydreaming.
Yes, that is one. Two, we didn't discuss this, but it's in my mind. Like all these years, those of us that have been going in the choir, we know past choir escorts like choir master generals of those days, they tried to teach on rudiments. Allen did what he could do. At the time he brought Uncle Joe, and like that, different classes. But I have been observing all these years to see that yet, yes, we are coming to that. I want to use what you said as an opportunity to address something now. Okay, so all efforts, all these years to inculcate these things you are saying now, to make it general, seem to be either frustrated or only a few grabbed it. And those few, maybe someone like Sister Gloria Ego, she's no more in the local church. Do you understand? Only very few people then were able to follow the class. And when you ask some of our mommies, they will tell you, well, I'm thinking of my family matter, this and that. The problem is just because of how we bring in people to the choir. The problem is based on our application, the application and the recruitment. That is the problem. So nothing stops us or the escorts to say, from now forward, you must know this before you come in. But now when you go to some centers, they will tell you they lack manpower, and any person should just come. And in some centers, nobody at all to sing. I don't know if you get my point now.
But that is what ministries do.
But that is the right thing is what you are saying. Because whether we like it or not anyway, since we have started with this, amen?
Amen.
The next stage is transcription. Since we have started with this. And what I am emphasizing is that this record, that's why we are keeping the record. This needs to be on CD. Anybody that wants to join choir in all our centers, they must come to our table to buy this CD, this thing. Because even if you learn transcription, man, ask some of those people in deeper life, they learn transcription, not really, I will not call it transcription, they just learn music theory. And they know what is 32nd notes, they know what is 16th notes, they know what is 8th notes, 16th note semi-quaver, 8th note quaver, 32nd note semi, demi, quaver. They know all those things. But now, if you ask them to transcribe what they know to sing into this, 100% they cannot. And that is a problem. Did you understand?
Yeah.
That is a problem. So this knowledge should come first, which is what we are doing. So when we go into transcription, oh my God.
Even what I did itself, if it's not that, the song you brought,
Yes.
we cannot do it. But if you say we should apply the method,
Yes.
so that we are falling behind.
We are falling behind. You see now? So with this knowledge, transcription will make sense. I don't, you get? So we are in order actually. God will help us. So, but maybe the escorts will receipt, and we now make this thing compulsory. That if, okay, fine, maybe it's a serious matter. Some people, yes, manpower matter, but then that doesn't mean we shouldn't have a standard, because we have to grow. Emma? We have, yes, 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 sir.
My input on that is that if I speak sometimes,
Yes,
general terms,
yes,
I will say our escorts are good.
yes.
That is some of it. Because when you don't have this orientation before now,
Yeah.
and you start going to the choir, become a chorister,
Yeah.
you are flawed, and the opportunity comes for you to learn or upgraded. Nobody's coming to learn.
Nobody. How many escorts are here now?
Because now what you are studying now, I make reference to what I've learned over the years.
Yes.
Then when I was learning from different teachers, tutorials, I may not have to understand I'm getting now. Or they just learn in part.
Yes.
Most of the day I learn when you call adapting.
Adapting.
I was telling myself, I run back to my book here.
Yes.
It was there. All those musical mezzo, something.
Yes, yes.
It was there.
Mezzo
And
piano,
then
mezzo
I
phone.
just follow it there.
Yeah.
It is now beginning to understand. But then when I go back to memory lane, I'm
Yes.
going to review my notes. I will now know better.
Exactly.
But the problem we're having now, we will wait some kind of
Our escorts,
to
yes.
learn.
They are not here.
Yeah. And tomorrow they
We know the road is bad, but this
Yes.
thing is
And
sacrifice.
the road is bad. People from here, I was coming to the academy to teach to this place.
Yes.
We told people from here come academy.
Eh.
People from VI here now.
Yes. Lucky even, not just VI.
So VI they come. If they can come from here to here, they tell me those who say, oh, I educated that come to my center.
Yes.
You have not gone to another center to see what the person coming to central. Then you want them to come to one center. So the thing is that if we can key into this thing, one day, Sunday, sometime, it will be useful.
Yes, sir. Definitely. Like, hello, man. When we go into transcription now, like, since I'm the one that taught us this process now, and I'm teaching transcription, it will be very easy. I will reconcile everything. But when you go to music school, they just teach you the normal stuff. They don't reconcile these things. So, if we are doing transcription now and we see quaver, I'll be able to tell you that that quiver on that staff shouldn't confuse you. Don't let the symbol, wait a second. Don't this quiver, don't let the symbol confuse you. It is the same as half beat. You understand? So it will be easy. So this class,
Yes, like what he said, like you see, without speaking, we are going to understand it because most of the time when you see this quiver, this thing,
yeah, it's
what is this? I see many say, but as you just told us now, before you know it, by the time we go into this transcription, it's not as easy as anything.
very easy. Very easy. Amen.
Amen.
Because I want us to have in mind before we close that we are going to go on break. Because now we just did 2 modules together. So our 3 months may be very quick. We won't stay up to 3 months again because we are 2 modules. So now when we after the Amukoko class, the next one now is Amukoko. So we are going to go on break. When we come for general rehearsal, we will announce when we will resume. I don't know if you get. So we are not staying up to 3 months again. But have it in mind, if we forget or if I forget, somebody should remind us after some months. Are we not doing transcription again? Remind me, let's pray.